Hello, my exceptional Algebra 3 class. We are ready for another exciting online trip. Today, we will find coterminal angles by adding or subtracting one or more full rotations. Now, one complete rotation is 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. So we have certain rules that we go by. Given an angle greater than 360 degrees, find a coterminal angle. Remember, coterminal angles have the same initial side and the same terminal side. Same initial side, same terminal side. Again, given an angle greater than 360 degrees, find a coterminal angle between 0 and 360 degrees by subtracting 360 degrees from the given angle. So let's look at an example of that. Find the least positive angle that is coterminal with an angle measuring 800 degrees, where the angle is going to be greater than or equal to 0 degrees but less than 360 degrees. And notice I don't have an equal sign here because 0 degrees and 360 degrees are coterminal, the same initial side and the same terminal side. In other words, we want to find an angle between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So we're going to subtract. So we're subtracting 360 degrees and we get 440 degrees. But 440 degrees is not between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So we have to subtract 360 degrees again. And when we do that, we get 80 degrees. So our answer here will be theta equals 80 degrees, which is the least positive angle that is coterminal with an angle measuring 800 degrees. Now, we can also talk about angles that are less than 0 degrees. So given an angle with measure less than 0 degrees, find a coterminal angle having a measure between 0 degrees and 360 degrees, this time by adding 360 degrees to the given angle. So if the angle is less than 0 degrees, it is going to be a negative angle. So let's look at this. Find the angle between 0 degrees and 360 degrees that is coterminal to the given angle. Well, here the theta is negative 45 degrees, but we want an answer, an angle that is between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So this time we're adding 360 degrees. When we add 360 degrees, we get 315 degrees, which is between 0 and 360 degrees. So our answer here is 315 degrees. Now remember, we can express an angle in radians also, which is just a change of degree measure to what? A real number. Given an angle greater than 2 pi radians, find a coterminal angle between 0 radians and 2 pi radians by subtracting 2 pi from the given angle. So this time we're going to be subtracting. So the problem would read something like this. Find an angle theta that is coterminal with 19 pi over 4, where the theta is between 0 radians and 2 pi radians. And notice that 4 going to 19, 4 point something, so that's bigger than 2? So what we're going to do, we're going to subtract 2 pi. Well, we can only add and subtract fractions when we have like denominators. So 2 pi is the same thing as 8 pi over 4 because, 4 going to 8, 2 times? Then 19 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4 gives us 11 pi over 4. But 4 going 11, about 2 point something? So it's still bigger than 2, so we have to subtract 2 pi again. So it's going to be 11 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4. Remember now, 8 pi over 4 is the same thing as 2 pi, 4 going to 8. And everything is in fourths because we can only add and subtract fractions when we have like denominators. 11 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4 gives us 3 pi over 4. So our theta is 3 pi over 4. We have found a coterminal angle between 0 radians and 2 pi radians. Let's look at another example, another topic first here. Given an angle less than 2 pi, less than 2 pi, it's going to be negative. Well, I should have said less than 0 radians. I should have had that less than 0. Let's change that. Less than 0 radians. between 0 and 2 pi radians. This time we're going to add 2 pi to the given angle. So when we do that, let's look at this example. It says find an angle of measure theta that is coterminal with an angle of measure negative 17 pi over 6. We know this is what? Less than 0. We want our answer to be between a positive 0 radians and 2 pi radians. So this time we're going to be adding 2 pi. And our denominator is 6. And 12 pi divided by 6 is 2 pi. 6 is going to 12 too. So negative 17 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6 gives us a negative 5 pi over 6. But this is still less than 0. We want something that's positive between 0 and 2 pi radians. So we're going to add 2 pi radians again. And remember, 2 pi is the same thing as 12 pi over 6. 6 is going to 12 too. Negative 5 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6 will give us 7 pi over 6. So our answer here is theta equals 7 pi over 6. You know, 6 are going to 7, 1 point something. So you see 1 point something pi. So you see that is between what? 0 radians and what? The 2 pi radians. And as we review this video, remember to stop, rewind, review. Stop, rewind, review. My love going out to you.